of competent leadership with people's interest at heart. Here are the 7 issues I would love to prioritize. 1. Increase the revenue base for Lusaka City Council. 2. Facilitate the building of modern markets and create alternative trading places for people chased from the streets. 3. Remove political interference in the running of council business, especially from markets and bus stations. 4. Enhance the Clean Lusaka campaign through a proper waste management system. 5. Rejuvenate council police to supplement state police in improving security in compounds and residential areas. 6. Empower the youths through entrepreneurship from council projects and revamp the Lusaka City Football Club. 7. Fight corruption at the council and improve efficiency. In addition to what I've said, I would love to appeal to all Lusaka district registered voters to stand up and vote. This is your moment. This is our moment to demonstrate that power belongs to the people. Vote for Mundia Mukubesa for the mayor of the greater city of Lusaka under the People's Alliance for Change, PAC. I thank you and God bless you.
Just when you thought Wuchintomfa Wakwacho Sinazulu was the funniest you ever seen, Misango Yakaboi got even better as Mapenzi came in. Everybody loves power, so the man decided to take on Chelela as opposition for Mutendera Constituency Councillor.
Zikazimenyana zape zimakati huku tuzilipirira jana tuzilipirira vijana zikazijeje pendalama za mahara shu ikukonda hiyo.
Good girl Julie shocked everyone with her pregnancy, so will she be accepted back home by Beneva Nyuma?
I'm Dala, please.
Also, will her sister Miriam ever change her attitude? See why Misango Yakaboi is everyone's favorite local comedy show. Weekdays at 20:40 hours only on Diamond TV. Television reinvented.
Diamond TV. Television reinvented.
Lusaka City is the fastest growing city in Zambia, and at the moment it is home to about 2 million residents. But not all residents enjoy the social amenities as prescribed by the international health standards. At the moment, the water and sanitation system is inadequate. Security of the city is also inadequate as the street lights do not power all the streets. The markets have had their fair shares of challenges, with their fires gutting some. This is Nightlife. I'm Francesca Phiri-Banda. We'll take a break. Welcome back. My guest tonight is United Prosperous and Peaceful Zambia UPPZ mayoral candidate for Lusaka, Madaliso, Musukwa. Now, those who would like to contribute on the program can phone on 0950-936-271. We're discussing his vision for Lusaka if he is elected as mayor. Remember, you're calling us on 0950-936-271 to bring us your questions or contributions, or also telling him what you would like to see if he is elected as mayor. So now, Mr. Musukwa, you are the youngest candidate at 25 years of age. Lusaka comprises 32 Patriotic Front councillors and 7 constituencies are held by PF members of parliament. What makes you confident of scooping the position of mayor of Lusaka?
Thank you, Mrs. Banda, and thank you to the viewers out there in Lusaka who are watching. It's a very interesting question about the stronghold of PF being in Lusaka. But just to highlight to you that some of the councillors have called me in private and encouraged me, saying that, young man, go on, we like what you're doing. So already I have some personal endorsements from councillors. So I'm quite comfortable with being confident that I'll scoop the seat. And number two is that Lusaka or Zambia is not for a political party. Lusaka or Zambia belongs to Zambians. So we do not. I do not see a situation where because that there are more councillors, or 90% of the councillors in Lusaka are from the ruling government, then nobody stands a chance. We live in a country that is democratic. We live in a country that people are suffering, or rather, we live in a city that people are feeling the pains of waking up every day. We live in a city that people know that there's a wind of change around the corner, and I am the wind of change that everybody is talking about, because everybody is saying we have been tired of older people lying to us with rhetorical promises. It is time to try a young man who's got life ahead of him, not behind him, a young man who wants to work. I've been urging my parents out there that I want to work for you. I want you to rest. It is not fair that you take us to school and you're still working for us. So I'm urging. So in short, being competing in a stronghold of the ruling party is probably an advantage to me, because this is where people see what is happening. This is where people hear what is happening. So with my message and being the best candidate, being the only youth in this race, I'm more than a force to reckon with.
Let's talk about your plans. You know, Lusaka, when it was established, it was known as the Garden City. But over the years, it has now become, to be known as the Garbage City due to large piles of garbage. Tell us some of the plans that you have to restore Lusaka, back to its, lost glory.
That's a very interesting question. Thank you. I see. We've looked at West in Lusaka from a wrong angle, because when you talk about West, or when everybody talks about West, we all imagine a heap of things. We all imagine now cholera. We all imagine the crisis. But have we ever thought about the genesis of West? Do we ever realize that West has got where it comes from? No matter which household you stay in, whether poor, whether average, whether rich, we all generate West. So how come there's not been deliberate policies or deliberate education to sensitize our people about West? Because, believe me, West is not a problem of we don't have enough beans. West is a problem of people do not know that throwing a litter on the ground is bad. So this is where it's starting from. So in my reign as mayor, that is where I'm going to start with. I want to sensitize our people about West. I want to sensitize our people that throwing West is not good. When you go to I was at the University of Zambia. I graduated last year. So I was in the School of Education. School of Education, by the way, is the cleanest department or school on the grounds of UNZA. Not because we are clean, but because of the deliberate policies that the dean has put. I can give you an example. We were in a class and we were about to write an exam, and the dean walked in and he found a 10 kwacha talk time slip on the ground. And he said, everybody who's walked past this, you're all going to pay 20 kwacha. So we need to educate our people about West. This is where it's coming from. When you look at my final analysis about the West management plan that I have, I will not let it be because I want West management to come to an end completely. So when in my vision for West, I want to introduce West separation at every level, household level, at shop level, at industrial level. This way, when Mrs. Banda, at your house, if you have three waste separation plans, one being recyclables, plastics, recyclables, plastics, the other one being paper, the other one being organic. So you find that when you're throwing waste at your household, at that level, you're throwing plastics in plastic, in the plastic bag, or paper in the paper bag, and organic in the organic. You find that when the council come and collect your waste, we'll take these back to the places for recycling. We'll take back the ShopRite plastics for recycling at the ShopRite.
And how will you ensure that revenue, is going to increase through this garbage collection, and also ensuring that street vendors are eradicated?
Number one is that 70% of garbage collection is in private sector, which is shocking. When as the council, we've got the machinery, we've got the capacity to be 90% sole collectors of garbage. So how come the council has not thought much about about being the sole collectors of waste. So basically, what I'm trying to say is that waste in Lusaka shall be an opportunity for the council to revenue money, because waste is generated at every level. So why isn't it that the council is up in its game? That's why we are saying that the council needs fresh energy, fresh ideas, and fresh blood. When you look at the question of street vendors is a very interesting topic, because do we know that street vending is still there? Go in town, it is still there. So why are we trying to criminalize something that we know that our people are benefiting from it? So why hasn't the council made a structure where we begin to accommodate our vendors in proper places?
Hold that thought. We do have Mr. Mlenga who's calling us right here within Lusaka. Mr. Mlenga, you're through to Nightlive. Please go ahead with your contribution.
Hello?
Please turn down the volume on your TV set and go ahead with your contribution. Hello, are you able to hear us? Please go ahead with your contribution.
I'd like to ask Mr. Musukwa a question.
Okay.
We'll have to lose Mr. Mlenga because he will not reduce the volume on his TV set, and then we will not be able to get him. So let's just go ahead. You were trying to explain street vending.
Holistically, when we look at street vendors were directly contributing to the revenue of the economy, because for any country to develop its GDP, meaning that GDP is when local businesses begin to uprise. So how come we've not looked at it in that domain? How come we've looked at street vending as a corner of cholera? How come we've looked at street vending as something that is not productive? In my reign, when you go to Lima Tower, have you noticed that the structures that have been built around Lima Tower? When you go to Lumumba, same story. When you go to Intercity, same story. How is it possible that cadres find land for their own people? How come the council that has the blueprint of Lusaka is failing to find land for our people in the streets? These places that we can make habitable, these are places that the council can begin to directly collect revenue. So as a mayor, it will be my priority to make sure that all the street vendors who have been victimized, we find structures for them right in the CBD of town. We need them to compete with the Chinese and the Rwandese right in the CBD of town. The idea is that they do not want to go behind Soweto because they're not competing with anybody. So why is it that we are we are not prioritizing our street vendors and giving them places right in town? That is, of course, not on the streets, but places that we can find.
Now, that has got to do with city planning. The council is expected to be involved in the city planning, but it seems now political pressure takes over local authorities' pressure. How do you hope to fight political interference in the running?
The council has lost a lot of his battles because of politicizing a lot of things. You see, when the late President Michael Chilufya-Sata began his vision in the council, we saw structures like Avondale being built. We saw structures like Chilenje new houses being built. But wow, now that when we run down the years, we see that those houses were sold for 10 kwacha. Other houses have been sold. So you find that the council has been a victim of politics. So number one is that I am coming in as a young mayor who wants to make the council independent of politics, because in actual sense it is not a political appointment, it's an appointment coming from the people. So why do we want to politicize the council? Why are we allowing our cadres to collect tax on behalf of the council?
Marketeers are paying twice their levies.
Exactly. I have been on the ground. This is the cry of marketeers, or rather the managers of markets. They say that if all the money used to come directly to us, this market would have been better. But the other people, your colleagues who are helping us collect tax, how can we have a council that is so toothless that cannot stop such things? So these are things that I'm trying to bring out in the light, because these are things that are affecting the council. That is why the council can state that they are broke, when indeed the revenue money every minute. Because when you look at Intercity, when you look at Millennium, when you look at Lima Tower, they pay every day. So
we have Mr. Buku on the line. Just hold that thought. He's calling us from Chamba Valley. Mr. Buku, kindly turn down the volume on your TV set and go ahead with your contribution.
Good evening.
Good evening. Please go ahead.
All right, thank you, Mr. Buku. Great evening, Mrs. Banda and Mr. Musukwa.
Good evening. How are you, sir?
Great thought, great contribution to the economical situation. I can hear your sentiments. You're a young, vibrant man. You're in the right direction. And I'm here to encourage you with the thoughts of line of sentiment. But my question is, what is the position in relation to contribution to the economic factor of lawmaking when you become mayor of Lusaka? You know, this mayor position has got authoritative position. When you become mayor, there are certain positions or certain institutions that you can directly influence. What is the position?
Thank you for your question. Please go ahead and respond to Mr. Boko.
That's a very interesting question, and of course, being mayor, now that the mayor's executive powers some have been reduced, the mayor is only allowed to work with existing laws of the constitution. And by the way, we have got laws in the constitution that in the constitution that a mayor can activate. So as it stands, the mayor is only allowed to work with existing laws. That is where I stand. So, but however, with or without these laws that are already there, the mayor is a primary a person or the first citizen who can change the course of the city. But on the aspect of directly making laws and directly reversing laws that are already existing, it is not possible, at least for now.
Speaking of changing the course of the city, security is one aspect that is very important. And currently we do have a number of street lights that have been put up in Lusaka, but very few of them, are operational. How are you going to turn this around? What are your plans?
It's actually very embarrassing that the President's Road, the Independence Avenue, is dark. It's blackout. I don't know. Maybe it's security reasons. I don't know the purpose. But this is a road that Ego One, the President, His Excellency Edgar Chagolungu, uses every day. So to have a road like that, blackout, for me as mayor, it would be embarrassing. These are things that are very strange. When you look at all those things you have said, the number one thing that lacks in Lusaka or in Zambia is the plan on maintenance. That is the only thing that lacks. Just a while ago, the ring road, that is our brand new infrastructure. But when you go there are potholes, there are depressions. That is what's lacking in Lusaka. That is why today we can put a street light. We give the contract to our colleagues, the Chinese, who do a fast job. They finish in a day. Tomorrow the light is blown out and nobody cares because there is nobody who's prioritizing maintenance. That is why I will lobby for the government to hand over every capital project to the council. This way I will be in charge of maintaining streetlights. This way I'll be in charge of maintaining drainages. When you look at the drainages, we only realize they're blocked when it's rain season. But if there's somebody in charge of maintenance, it means that rain can come unexpectedly or expectedly and they'll find the drainages unblocked. But we live in a city that we only respond to crisis. We live in a city that only when we begin to see floods in Maziopa or in Zanmuone, then do we remember, oh no, there's a drainage out there, let us go and block it. We look at in Kamwala. This is when now they're beginning to realize that the drainages have been blocked for years. When you look at between South Town and North Town, there's an underground tunnel that's connecting the two flyover bridges, but it's blocked. This is one thing that is lacking in the city of Lusaka.
Speaking of drainages, the Millennium Challenge will hand over the drainage in November. What measures are you going to put in place to ensure people of Lusaka do not use it as a dumping place, as you have just, elaborated?
It brings me back to the point that I was saying, that the government needs to hand over all capital projects to the council. That is the only way the council will be solely responsible for maintenance in those drainages. When you look at those drainages, number one is that we will need them to be maintained probably on a weekly basis, on a monthly basis, because the temptation of people throwing litter, or sometimes it's soil erosion, sometimes it's wind pushing things in the drainage. So there are certain things that we really can't stop. But with maintenance, the Millennium Challenge, the Bombay drainage, believe me, it will work for a long time under my reign, because it will be something that we shall check on regularly. And that is something that probably needs a young man, a young energy, somebody who will not feel dismayed by, it's just from being done.
We have Mr. Walia, who's calling us from within Lusaka. Mr. Walia, kindly turn down the TV volume on your set and go ahead with your contribution.
Thank you very much, and good evening, Daniel.
Good evening.
This goes to the Mr. Musukwa. He's saying the mayor has been reduced of the powers, and he will be following the existing laws of the
Please turn down the volume completely on
going
your
to
TV
pass
set.
through
We're
the
getting
same
feedback.
problems that these others that are facing? Because if you look at the mayor is under someone. The mayor is actually under someone, and if at all he has.
Okay, the line got cut. I don't know if you got his line of thought.
His line of thought is that how are you going to work with your vision if you still have to submit? It is a question of a vision. If I have a vision, if I have a solution that the city needs, I don't see any reason why I'll be opposed. But of course, we live in a city that our MPs shut down a bill to sponsor children at the University of Zambia and CBU. So that is a possibility. So I know where that question is coming from. But however, I don't think you need a body of committee to maintain a drainage. I don't think you need a body of committee to remove cadres from markets. I don't think you need a body of committee to make sure that street lights are working.
Speaking of the markets, I'll just take you back. How do you ensure, how do you hope to use the Bus and Market Act to protect the marketeers?
You see, in Lusaka or Zambia, it is one interesting city or country that we have been exposed to certain people who are seemingly above the law, which is strange, because the constitution was designed for everybody to fall under it. The rule of law was designed that nobody is above the law. But how is it possible that our colleagues, because I was in Chilanga, so I saw the political violence and I saw cadres threatening police. How is it that the police have no power towards a certain group of people? So it is a bit strange, but that is why I'm saying that when I become mayor, I'm going to draw a line. And the line will be, you pick a side. It's either you pick on the unlawful side or the lawful side. That is why my council police in my mayor will be very active, because they will not only be known for chasing street vendors from the streets, or they will be particularly low people who make people follow the law.
We have Mr. Nkata on the line. Mr. Nkata, you're through to Diamond Nightlive. Please turn down the volume on your TV set and go ahead with your contribution.
Hello. Yes, I want to contribute on something. Mr. Musukwa. Yes, you are the good candidate. And I want to say something about the bus stations. What are you going to do for the bus drivers, those who are in the bus stations like Lumumba and the Kurima Tower and City Market? Because I can see that in bus stations, you can see that cadres, they are collecting money, and the council is not working at all. And that money which is being collected by those cadres, it could have worked to maintain the market, especially when we have got a case whereby the markets have been burned down. You see, that money could have worked to rebuild those markets. So what are you going to do for
for those people in market and in battery stations. Yeah, that's my contribution.
Thank you for your contribution. There's a question there.
Let me just probably highlight my council police. In my reign, my council police will be rebranded. My council police will be law keepers. My council police shall be people who will not be toothless. My council police shall be a police that do not abide under a political party. My council police shall be a police that works clearly under the stipulations of the law. So this issue of cadres getting money from, it's something that has been blown out. When you go to intercity, there's intimidation. I know when you go to Lima Tower, you need to sometimes have a flyer of a political party in your vehicle for you just to access certain benefits, which I'm saying is not right. It's for lack of better terms is useless, because our people are struggling to make ends meet, and for somebody to come and get free money, for me, I'm saying no. I'm saying my police shall have teeth to tear down every lawbreaker, because that is the law. I'm not even going to be unfair to other people. I'm working within the law, and the law says that money should be collected by the relevant tax or tax collectors, not middlemen. So we are working with a system which we really don't understand, and I'm saying that it is high time that we bring in energy that will not respond to political parties, but to the will of the people. Someone called me yesterday saying that my business has finished because as I was selling oranges in town, a cadre came and said, give me a 10 kwacha, and I said I don't have, and they got the whole wheelbarrow of oranges and went with it. How can we live in a city that there are people who are above the law, people who exist in their own world, people who can drive left when the road is going right? We need to secure the city. We need a city that is law abiding. We need a city that falls under the law. So the issue of cadres in town, their days are numbered. It's only a few days, and they can intimidate us for now. They can threaten us for now. But when I become mayor, the first citizen of Lusaka, I'm drawing a line, and you pick a side. You're either right or wrong. So the days of cadres, I know they are listening. I know that they are threatened, because for the first time there's a leader who's coming to deliver the promises fresh from the people. These are things that are burning from the people. I'm not coming with a heavenly built manifesto. I'm coming with a people-driven manifesto. And the people-driven manifesto says that they're suffering, they're being persecuted in markets, they're being persecuted in bus stops. And I'm saying that it is wrong, because it is against the constitution for anybody to act as middlemen in collecting tax, because that is theft. That is why we are saying that in the Lusaka City Council there's corruption, because if they are looking at it and they're not stopping it, it's corruption.
Let's just take our last call from Mr. Mvula, who's calling us in from Chilanga. And Mr. Mvula, you are through to Nightlive. Please turn down the volume on your TV set. We seem to have lost that caller, but you can go ahead and just, make your concluding remarks as we head to the run-up of the elections on the 26th of July.
You see, Lusaka has got so much potential, but we've been subjected to certain things being privileges. When you look at the places that are populated, when you look at Baoleni, Kanyama, Chiwolia, how is it possible that up to now, this is a community, or these are communities that do not have water flowing in their houses? When you go to Kablonga, these people do not even know how it feels not to have water. When you go to Woodlands, they have water 24-hour service. So why is it that other places in Lusaka are being prioritized against other places? The voter in Kanyama is equivalent to the voter in Kablonga, but in development in our city goes only to one side of the people. And I'm coming in and saying that Lusaka needs an equilibrium system. Lusaka needs a system that will be fair. Lusaka needs water reticulation that will not choose which sector to go to, that will not have only points where people can go buy water. We need a fair system in Lusaka. We need a system that people do not need to wake up at 04:30 to draw water and have to draw water again before 17 hours before they close. We need equal opportunities in Lusaka. We do not... I do not see a situation where in the capital city of Zambia, which is Lusaka. We can have Kumayadi and Kumakombo, people who are suffering and people who are having it on the easier side. We need a situation where everybody is enjoying the benefits of living in Lusaka. Everybody is enjoying the proper road network that we have in other places as compared to other places that in Lusaka. We need a situation that people can go to schools right in their wards. We need a situation that people can go to clinics right in their wards. We need a situation that our youth have opportunities to look for employment without being asked for experience. We need a situation that the energy that is in Lusaka is revenued into the benefiting the economy. Maybe that is what I would do to the cadres in the bus stops. We shall take them in the council police because they've proved that they've got the energy. So let us use the energy that is there. We need a situation that our parents, our mothers, begin to rest. It is not fair that the labor to take us to school, and when we educated, the society out there is saying that go back and look for experience. So we're saying that Lusaka needs fresh energy. Lusaka needs fresh ideas. Lusaka needs to be liberated from rhetorical promises. We need a practical leader. We need a leader who be on the ground. We need a leader who respond to even the silliest of
Thank
the
you
questions.
very much. We can go on and on,
Yes,
but
sir.
unfortunately, this is where we have to come to the end of Nightlive. That has been my guest tonight, and he is the mayoral candidate for Lusaka. Yes, the youngest mayoral candidate for Lusaka, Madaliso Musukwa. Please exercise your right to vote for the one of the 9 candidates that you feel is suitable for the position of Lusaka mayor. If you don't vote, don't complain. I'm Francesca Phiri-Banda. Good night.
Who wants to answer? Mary?
Mary has a toothache.
Oh, I see. And who knows why?
Because her tooth is too big.
No, it might be a hole in her tooth called a cavity. That's why I brush twice a day using Colgate. Imagine this is your tooth and these are food acids that cause cavities. Colgate with calcium and fluoride helps prevent cavities for maximum cavity protection. And now available in a 12-gram sachet for fresh breath, only 2 kwacha.
Don't forget to get car insurance today before they close.
Office closed? No problem. At Madison, you can still insure online. Just log into online.madison.co.zn or simply call 4848. Madison General Insurance Company. Proud.
I'm just a child who has dreams. Not only dreams, but big dreams. I want better education so I can become an engineer and develop my country more, or become a soldier and protect my country. I want better hospitals because I want to be a doctor and help people when they're sick. I want better roads so I can avoid accidents and get to school safe. Let's secure a bright future for us, the children, by paying our taxes. That will help develop our country and achieve sovereign pride. My tax, my country's development.
Something big is here. CEC Liquid Telecom is giving you more network coverage, more reliability, and affordability. Experience 4G wireless anywhere you are. Get a 4G LTE SIM card today for 5 kwacha with 2 gigabytes data free from our resellers Hi and iWay Africa. Lightspeed is now affordable. We have reduced prices. Look out for our recommended retail prices. To get Lightspeed, call 400 today. Lightspeed, 4G LTE Internet, powered by CEC Liquid Telecom.
It's celebration time. 10 years. 2x1 banners for as low as 100 kwacha. Megachav Digital are celebrating in style. Up to 50% off. Terms and conditions apply. Megachav, we offer the following: vehicle branding, 3D signage, backdrops, billboards, light boxes, t-shirt printing, roll-ups, corporate branding, and much more. We are found in Woodlands, Chalala, off Ring Road, Lusaka, Zambia, or give us a call on 0966 683588 and email us at megachavdigital@gmail.com. Megachav Digital, your global partner in digital solutions.
Every person and every family, at one time or another, goes through a bereavement, a loss of a loved one, with a heavy burden of money, funeral arrangements, burial, and many other needs. This is why Untitled Industries presents Tontozo Funeral Plan, the best plan that covers you, your spouse, your children, parents-in-law, and members of your extended family, for as low as only 24 kwacha for everyone, together in one cover, with benefits leading as high as 20,000 kwacha per claim. So that means whenever you have a funeral of any covered member, the Tontozo Funeral Plan will provide you with number 1, cash money to help you with different funeral needs. Number 2, a funeral voucher from Zambia's first and most experienced funeral home, Ambassador St. Anne's Funeral Parlor, providing body collection, preparation and transfers, mortuary and crematorium services, transfer of remains, funeral planning assistance, procession, hearses, coffins, caskets and tombstones. Register now at any of our outlets dotted countrywide or visit our website tontozo.com. Call us or SMS the word Tontozo to 0974 884545 and we'll call you back. Or send us an email to info@unitator.com. Tontozo, the Comforter. Underwritten by Liberty. Brought to you by Untitled Industries, striving to serve you better.
Running a successful company means hiring great staff, building amazing products, and attracting valuable clients. But none of this means a thing if your internet connection lets you down. You see, bad internet means collaboration and file sharing slow to a crawl. Cloud services become impossible, conference calls a nightmare, and employees just sit around waiting to get back online. You end up losing money, clients, and patience. Let's face it, these days, to compete on a global scale, good internet is non-negotiable. Enter High Fibronics. Internet so fast and reliable, bad connections will seem like just a bad dream. Instead of that old, unreliable copper wire ADSL broadband, we'll hook you up with a single state-of-the-art Fibronics fiber direct to your office. Because it's underground, it's completely weatherproof. Our fiber is capable of speeds up to 100 megabits per second to and from the office and can be upgraded in future without any disruption. Now you can enjoy reliable collaboration and cloud-based services, communicate effectively in real time, ensure your staff are always online and productive, and impress your clients with fast turnaround times. Whether you're a large corporation or an eager startup, give your business the boost of super-fast, reliable fiber. Get an unfair advantage. Go to higherlive.co.zm or call 255 037.
You voted our party, Patriotic Front, into office. And on the basis of the manifesto promises we made, we are leaving no stone unturned in changing the face of Lusaka for the better. President Edgar Chagwa Lungu and the Patriotic Front are in a hurry to give you a better Lusaka than what we found in 2011. President Lungu and the Patriotic Front needs an experienced and efficient arm to work for you. Vote Miles Bwalia Sampa as Mayor for Lusaka.
My name is Miles Bwalia Sampa. Muli Bwanji, Mulishani, Mwapunduku, Mulibuyani. You and I can work together to carry out the vision of His Excellency, the President, Mr. Edgar Chagwa Lungu, and the Patriotic Front, PF, to create a better Lusaka. I promise to bring efficient service delivery, a strengthened local government, efficient transportation services, strengthened revenue base for the council, empowered vendors and marketeers, urban renewal of the city of Lusaka, clean water and sanitation, education and health for all, infrastructure development, and investment in local businesses, amongst many other things we can do together.
Our vision for Lusaka is captured in our 2016-2021 manifesto as the basis of the relation between you and us. This is our social contract with you, the residents of Lusaka,